So, the reason I wanted to watch Godzilla vs. Megalon is I heard a song called it's just called Jet Jaguar.
Jet Jaguar.
But it's like a pop punk song. Hold on. Where'd it go? Oh.
He is my favorite Godzilla character because Americans adore him and the Japanese can't stand him.
Well, you ever hear about the history of his design?
Wasn't it wasn't it a contest?
Yeah, it was a contest among kids.
Yeah.
And they took the kid's design and did something almost completely differently. Don't look at my history, please.
What does it say? What the hell?
Well, I wanted to look up
The Bible Theory Iceberg Explained.
Oh yeah,
hey, those are some compelling videos.
Okay.
The Choose Your Character podcast.
Yeah. Welcome to Choose Your Character, guys. Jaguar song.
I love the MST3K one. Jet Jaguar.
Let me look up the band.
He mother never. He looked like.
I don't know, man. Was this guy flagged? No, he wasn't. I need optional Jet Jaguar DLC in every video game ever.
I saw that comment the second you were headed towards it.
Punch.
He looked like Jack Nicholson.
He does.
Jet Jaguar.
It's from Lustkill.
Quite a name.
Yeah, especially for a song about Jet Jaguar.
Oh my god, he looks so cute. No.
Which brand have we heard from?
None of the
Office.
above. None of the
Adobe,
above.
Go.
Wow, just completely thrashed.
No, answer none of the above to Epic Capitalism.
How do we pan a flashback to this film from high school in the late 90s? Oh, I got that.
Alright. Okay.
I like how so many of our YouTube suggestions are very similar.
Those are my YouTube suggestions.
I know, but they look a lot like mine half the time.
Okay, so
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that would fit right in. That's absolutely Tony Hawk core.
Yeah, very much so.
I think
Goes
the
along with the
last
ska.
Tony Hawk tweet I saw was he was trying to get a car rental, and then one of the car rental guys was like, when he went up to complain, he's just like, I didn't see my name up there. He's like, oh, you're really Tony Hawk? He's like, yeah, and I didn't see my name even though I signed up for it. It's like, I deleted it because I thought it was fake.
That's what I saw. He actually got recognized by someone. Like, a nurse asked him to pull down his mask, and then she was like, and he was like, well, I guess if you're a nurse, then that's fine. And then he does it, and she's like, you're Tony Hawk.
Well, I like the one where he was at a skate park, and some kid walked up and was just like, you look like Tony Hawk. He was just like, because I am Tony Hawk. He's like, yeah, that's funny. And then he was like, watch me do this ollie.
Tony Hawk's Existential Crisis.
Okay.
You ever see that?
So,
it's a game called Tony Hawk's Existential Crisis.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. It's
Yeah.
like added to like every day now.
Jesus Christ.
Who put a skateboard on a plane?
I love following people from that were relevant in the 90s that aren't so much anymore. Like, I follow Frankie Muniz, and he was complaining on Twitter that someone stole his trailer. Like,
Frankie Muniz is just kind of he's just
My
living his
cousin
best
pu-
life, but he
My
can't
cousin
remember
pushed
why
him in a
he's
pool
famous.
once. Yeah, my cousin pushed him in a pool once.
was he okay?
She lived in San Fran. He was fine, as far as she knew. She said he deserved it, so I'll just believe
Is
her.
this your cousin PK?
Yeah, this is PK. Yeah. That's absolutely a believable story from PK.
Yeah, that actually is.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I'm wrapping
No
up
worries.
here.
No worries.
We've been started for like 15 minutes now.
We have?
It's more like
Oh my.
8 minutes and 43 seconds and counting.
Welcome.
Okay. Well, okay.
Before we start, well, as we're starting, I just want to throw in my sports video game recommendations. MLB The Show 2021. It's no MVP Baseball 04, let's get this straight, but it is very good. And that's
Sega Pro Bass Fishing?
no, that is Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I mean, as someone that doesn't really watch sports too much, I do like the games. I think they're really
Telling
well done.
you, no, this one's like by far the most fun one
I was
I've
about
played.
to say I've heard good things about it to the point where I actually might get it. I haven't gotten a sports game in like a minute.
I highly
Sports
recommend
games-
it, but wait for it to go on sale.
The sports
Yeah.
games that like the most are either WWE stuff or like
that
fishing
counts.
games.
I will say it's fun because like I play like what's called Diamond Dynasty, which is like where you'll put together a team. It's like a fantasy team, but like you play with it.
Yeah.
And to where like there's called live series players where it's like the cards get better or worse throughout the year as the players do well or bad. So
That's
it's pretty
cool.
interesting seeing
This
all
is
the
the one
Phillies
that's-
players be playing like shit, and I get to get them all at discounts on the marketplace. So it's great.
Nice.
This one has
It's
custom.
that's my favorite part of the game.
This one has custom stadium. Like you
It
can
does,
build,
yeah. People have built the Sandlot. the
Yeah, I
Field
saw
of
that
Dreams,
one.
like,
I follow somebody on Twitter. Like
somebody built Rust.
part of Media Matters. And she,
That's
That one was my
beautiful.
favorite when somebody
She-
built Rust. That was great.
this person built literally just. It's just a concave tower where it's just like there's no fans, there's no nothing. It's literally just a hollowed out tower with like the diamond in the middle, and it's just like thousands of feet high.
Somebody play baseball in Valhalla. for
So like
Halo
if you
3.
hit a home run, it literally bounces back into the field.
God.
Oh, before we get too far in, I do want to say a rest in peace to one Mr. Kentaro Miura. That was in the time we've been gone, the guy who made Berserk
Yeah.
passed away.
Yeah. I heard
Yeah,
about that.
and Berserk is something that has I saw a tweet at some point that said Berserk is what you read and you suddenly realize, oh, this is what the people who make the things that I like read. And
Yeah.
That is
Anything with a
exactly what
giant
Berserk is,
sword in
and it's
it
a-
is from Berserk.
such an influence on just dark fantasy and everything else in the past like 20 so years. And yeah,
Is your character a hard ass that refuses to die? That's probably from Berserk.
Rip Kentaro Miura, man. Dark Souls exists because of you, for one.
It was cancer, wasn't it?
It was, if I recall correctly, it was an arterial split, or something in his heart, like an aortic split, like his aorta just
Oof.
split.
That's a shame. It really is.
Yeah.
Well, R.I.P. my dude. But yeah, thanks for joining us. We are the Choose Your Character podcast, episode 23. We've been gone for a little bit again, and we all have interesting and eventful lives, but we are here to add enjoyment to your face holes. So,
By the way, this podcast is sponsored by Ben & Jerry's plain ass vanilla flavor.
hey man.
Because when you're craving Ben & Jerry's,
Okay, some context.
you just want
here.
some plain ass
context here.
vanilla.
She's even in the other room, so she might chime in here. Yeah, so my fiance Lex has been looking for Ben and Jerry's vanilla ice cream for probably about a year. It's been her quarantine project. We found it at our local Acme, And she was very excited, and we both enjoyed it. It was pretty good. Ben and Jerry's.
sure
Noted friend of the show,
For
Effie.
plain vanilla Ben and Jerry.
Well, Ben and Jerry's is our
known
favorite.
because they're known for
It's
plain
our
vanilla.
favorite brand, so we just assume their vanilla is going to be superior.
I mean, it's a great brand. I am not dishing it at all. It's the fact that somebody
You should
somebody
be
has
dishing it
went
because it's a great brand.
somebody has went out of their way to search for the most plain of flavors from like a very notable brand that's very noted for their wild variety of flavors.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So thanks for Ben and Jerry's for not sponsoring this. Just want to point that out there. Don't
Not dishing the fact that you guys release vanilla. It's just the most plain flavor I've ever heard anybody search for that is made by Ben and Jerry's.
whatever.
It's
man.
not wrong, people. I do love I do love myself some vanilla ice cream. However,
Vanilla is the superior flavor. Let's be honest here.
I like chocolate better, but I digress.
No, I wasn't a chocolate guy when I was younger, but you know that's changed.
Didn't you buy the huge Hershey chocolate bar at Hershey Park on
no, it was
8th grade trip?
It was the Reese cup. It was the one that's
Fine. Okay, fair
Base.
enough. Well,
Base.
for that I say
Yeah.
liar.
For that, I say.
I'm
I
not a
said
big
when I was
chocolate
younger, I
person.
didn't like chocolate, but
Hey,
You were younger in middle school, Mike.
I was 13.
Well, theoretically, you were younger yesterday. I mean, if you
Brennan-
want to pick nits
I'm
here,
talking like
You were
Babu.
younger just now.
I'm talking like Babu. Babu Mike didn't like.
Babu
When was I
Frick.
younger? Now, just now. Did I miss it? Yes. When? Just now.
Who's on first?
What's on second?
Then is now.
So yeah, do you guys do anything interesting since we last aired, or
Gone to a couple
Watch.
baseball games. That's
watch
about it.
anything interesting?
went down the shore last week. I binged all of MODOK in one night.
Oh god, I gotta watch that.
That was so. First few episodes, I don't really care for, but as the show goes, it gets a lot better and a lot better. And Nathan Fillion as Wonder Man is the most perfect casting, and I don't know why it still hasn't happened in live action. It's perfect.
I just think so much.
I
has
want him
happened
to be
since
the
we
Johnny
last
Cage
filmed.
of the MCU.
Thank God, I gotta watch this.
Oh, it's funny. John Hamm does a really good Iron Man.
Yeah, I
voice.
saw. I was like,
That's great.
Whoopi Goldberg's pretty good in it. Bill Hader's good as well. Yeah, no,
he's a part of
the
the
whole
MCU.
voice
Who's
cast
she
is great.
voicing?
Did watch
Uh,
Invincible too.
Bill
Great-
Hader
great
voices
show.
like the Master or no what the hell is that damn Hulk villain's name? The one with the big brain. I can't
Maestro?
remember his- No, not Maestro. I can't remember. I think it's the Master. I can't remember his name right now. But he's the really smart Hulk villain guy.
There's a
He's got
few
the
of
big
those.
brain.
I
But
thought
yeah, no,
MODOK
like,
had a big brain, but
he's got a big head.
Yeah,
Also, Ben Schwartz plays his son, and it's the funniest thing.
Also, Mike, the next episode, the next show you guys gotta watch is Invincible.
100%.
I tried,
I'd second that.
I tried getting Alexa to watch it. She told me to watch it, so I'm gonna watch it after I finish Always Sunny.
Sweet.
So yeah, because right now I'm watching Always Sunny. I came to the realization that HBO Max has Check It Out with Dr. Steve Brule. It is
Yeah.
such a good show.
Yep.
It's so funny. Oh my god, I haven't laughed this hard at a show other than Always Sunny in a very long time. It is it's so I was looking up some of the production about it, and if you don't know, check it out. With Dr. Steve Brule is supposed to make fun of local access television, especially like VHS local access television. The
Yeah.
next time I come over, Munjo, I'm gonna show you and Mark because it's a very
I
funny
know.
show.
I've heard of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's from that Steven or it's from that Tim and Eric.
It's Tim and
era
Eric, yeah.
of television. Yeah.
But they it looks like it's on a VHS and on local access television, and what I come to find out is they shoot on SD cards and onto DVDs and stuff. Like they shoot digitally and then they pipe it into a VHS recorder, and during it being piped through they bang it So that's every time you get the VHS effects of it.
Yeah,
Of it skipping. So
Just
they would
hit the VS.
they would smack it while it would do it, and it's hilarious. Everything about the show is really funny. But I digress. But
good
so
show.
I'm gonna watch Invincible after I finish. Always Sunny. Not so
And
much.
the only other
check it
exciting
out.
thing is Friday, first in a long time, in-person D&D session, which I was really excited about. It has been like a year since I've had in-person D&D. And online D&D, there's so much more prepping and planning. It's annoying. So I'm glad I was able to get it.
Who has the
adding,
Wii?
well, no, I'm adding some background music, but maybe not the Wii channel music.
Yeah, how about something that isn't under a Nintendo license?
No, you're allowed to stream music, video game music, because we're on a.
Yeah, but can you stream Nintendo video game music? I'm pretty sure just me saying Nintendo might get me sued.
I think you'd be fine, but we'll just start here.
We would
Because
like
you
to
know
play.
Nintendo's known for their loose copyrights.
That isn't too loud, right? Is it good? Yeah.
That's fine.
Better off playing the Sonic the Hedgehog theme.
Speaking of Sonic the Hedgehog, didn't they just announce a game?
No,
I think so. They announced a couple remakes.
They also know that they also
mean-
announced the original voice actors coming back and continuing.
Yeah. But I thought they announced a new game. I haven't really been keeping track, but I saw a lot of buzz
Yeah.
on Twitter.
But I mean,
We saw the
I've
Mortal
just been,
Kombat
like-
movie. Mortal Kombat movie
Yeah.
was great.
It was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Me not even really being a fan of Mortal Kombat.
I still have
really
to
did
watch
enjoy it. And there was like a lot of the.
I don't care about spoilers though.
Kano stole every goddamn scene.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was by far the funniest.
Gandalf.
Yes.
Don't you know anything else?
I would say that it was a great movie if you were a fan. If you came from a completely unsourced, like you don't know any of the source material or anything, going in to see that movie, you would be very confused because they assume
They jump right into it.
they assume you know a lot because you can tell it was made for the fans.
Mm-hmm.
So they assume you know a lot, and if you don't, you're gonna be kind of lost.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought it was great. It kind of confused me a bit. So the final scene between Scorpion and Sub-Zero was great. It was very much all we wanted. It was probably the best interpretation of Scorpion on the screen. But I realized something that he speaks in English for saying "get over here," and then he goes immediately back to Japanese for the rest of the movie. And I thought about that about a week later. I was like, "Huh, that doesn't make any sense."
That is some Ed Boon tomfoolery.
Yeah.
That's all that really matters.
Yeah, so I was very confused in regards to that, but it's funny.
Get over here.
But yeah, the movie was great. I have my qualms with the main character not being an already established character. I thought that was kind of a weird move, but
I figure what they're going to do with him is he'll essentially be Scorpion moving forward. That's my thought. Is he'll probably
that
get
would
his
be cool.
moveset. Make his armor look more like Scorpion as he goes and all that shit instead of just looking like Aquaman.
Yeah, and his power of sorts,
Yeah.
of being able to absorb damage, is very Black Panther. It also is a little bit of Jax, because Jax, when he would build up his strength from hitting you, his arms would start to glow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. Mario Paint music.
So gonna get taken down.
We're not going to get taken down.
It's Nintendo.
Yes, but Twitch itself wouldn't be able to exist if they would take down over video game
This is
music.
a very good point. He makes a valid point here.
So we're fine. Streamers use it all the time. But anyway, but I thought the character was good. I thought Goro could have been used a little bit more because
I agree.
Goro is the champion. And
There's.
Yeah. I feel like if they would have thrown that in front of you, people would have been like, "Of course, it's Goro." What else
Is Johnny
in
Cage in this or not? Because I have heard that he is.
He
and
is
I've heard
in-
Not.
he
sort of in one final scene.
Ah,
yeah.
Yeah,
So okay.
The man
So
called
so
Cage.
spoilers. for who hasn't seen it yet. The main character, who I don't remember because he's
Cole.
not Cole. Okay.
Yeah.
He's some funky name.
He was leaving this boxing gym, and his trainer or whatever comes over and goes, "Oh, I got a fight for you." Blah 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 blah. He goes, "No, I have a mission to Hollywood. There's someone there. There's someone there I need to meet." And on his way out, it pans across, and there's a poster for Johnny Cage.
Yeah, and that kind of gets you excited for.
Yeah. So there's obvious sequel potential.
Mm-hmm.
And we were after the movie, we were all discussing who we would want as Johnny Cage, and I would 100% be okay with John Cena.
I agree.
I
I 100% agree with it.
Johnny, yeah, because there was John Cena rumored for that, or not rumored. It's just people would want it. Ryan Reynolds.
I feel like he would fit the best.
Yeah, I think John Cena. I think there's one qualification though that John Cena needs to pass through, and that's his performance in Suicide Squad. I feel like if he does a good job with what he's given, and you could tell that.
It's clear that he
kind of has
already been given
clear
a show.
understanding. What?
It's actually a good point. If he's already been given a show, I'm kind of willing to trust his performance.
The character for Peacemaker already has a show signed up for HBO Max called Fuck It's Peacemaker.
Yeah.
and it has
That's
him
actually
in
pretty
it.
cool.
That's funny.
I would like to see him wrestle one more match, but it is what it is.
The
Rock.
It's clear he loves it because he's been wearing his Peacemaker
Every
outfit in
interview.
every interview.
I think that's marketing for. Yeah, well, he also wears it out in public.
gonna-
Did you see that?
Yeah, like
James
James
Gunn-
He's been shopping in his Peacemaker outfit.
But
He
James
stole-
Gunn's
he
like
stole it
vehemently
from the
saying, it's
cast,
just like,
or he stole it from the set.
James Gunn's vehemently saying, is like, I'm not telling him to do this, and nobody told him to take the outfit.
That's
It's
really
like how
funny.
it's like how Chris Pratt stole his Star-Lord costume from set and just started wearing it like to hospitals and stuff.
Or just Ryan Reynolds being like, no, I'm taking this fucking suit.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Mortal Kombat was
Okay.
really great. I do recommend it to anyone.
All I'll say is I'm glad that the Johnny Cage thing was a lot better than the rumor that I heard at one point, which was that Cole Young was a cage fighter. So at the end of the movie, he's gonna adopt a new name.
See, I did
Johnny
think
Cage!
I did think that he would have been a stand-in for Johnny Cage. And
My name is John.
He
John
essentially
who?
takes the role of
Looks
Johnny
at a
Cage in
cage.
the first game.
Well, it's because
Johnny Cage.
he is a boxer, and Johnny Cage
Yeah.
is kind of a fighter as well. So
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking that it was probably that, but I digress.
Mhm. You know, I'd almost be fine with what's his name who played him in the animated movie from Community.
Chevy Chase.
I
No,
was thinking that too.
I can't remember his name. Jeff, like the guy who played Jeff Winger on Community. He was on The Soup on E at one point. Can't remember his damn name.
Oh,
right
Joel
now.
McHale.
Yeah, Joel McHale.
Yeah.
He'd be a fine Johnny Cage.
He's
if
just
he
got
was
that
willing to
smug
get into shape.
personality. I feel like that.
Yeah, he really
qualifies him.
does.
Yeah,
You know?
like he was basically just playing Jeff Winger in the Mortal Kombat animated movie, and I was like, he'd be perfect in live action too.
No, I actually agree with that. I think that's a fair assessment. But like I said, John Cena is kind of my front runner here.
I
Yeah.
kind of almost hope that they go with a no name, just because this entire cast for the most part was
Yeah, and
no
that brings
names.
up another good point. I feel like they pull some,
pull somebody
Yeah.
nobody knows.
and that makes sense because who played Kano?
Australia man.
Was that a person who you've seen in films previously?
No, I've never seen him before.
So I think I think that point
I haven't
exactly
seen
kind of
any of
shows
them.
that they can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can do. I mean, Tessa Thompson was in the movie. I was very
Okay,
obvious.
yeah.
I would say she's
Yeah.
the biggest. She was the
Yeah,
biggest
she
star
was
that
the
I
biggest.
noticed off the rip. But I mean, and she didn't even. I don't even think she had a speaking role. I think she probably only had 2 lines. Maybe that's it. I don't know.
I don't
What's
remember.
it?
I need to rewatch it again because
Yeah.
that was a rewatch. Like I would definitely see that.
There's
again.
probably a bunch of little things that I missed too.
Yeah.
So I'd
I've
be glad
noticed
to
a lot
rewatch.
of references. The first one I noticed was them shouting "Do the uppercut." So that's very Mortal Kombat.
I've also heard they didn't scream Mortal Kombat enough.
They didn't do it at all.
But did it
What's
once
up?
at the end, I heard.
My favorite was still the part where she's explaining Mortal Kombat to him and he's like, "Did they misspell that? There's a K there."
Yeah. And of course, we all chuckled at the line when she was just like, "It's a birthmark," and then Jax or whatever goes, "What does that mean?" And she responds, "He was born with it." They used that line in the they used that line in the trailer, and I was like, "Oh." It wasn't.
It is very Mortal Kombat dialogue.
Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to say that I'm.
He has to go to a hospital. What is it?
I'm pretty sure that the person who Kano killed, and this might just be me inferring because I like the idea of it. The person who Kano killed was probably Suhao, because Suhao is like the most hated Mortal Kombat character.
Oh, is that from that really funny scene where they're throwing each other off the cliff? Is that because they talk about Kano in that? It's from one of the Mortal Kombat games. It might have been 64.
Well, there's I know one of, I think Kano, or it's either Kano or Aaron Black. One of their intros,
hold on,
they straight up like toss down Suhao's head. And
let me pull up this.
I hunted this guy.
We can also play this because it's.
I would love for Aaron Black to make an appearance in the next film. Give me my cowboy fighter.
Yeah. So we're probably. I'm excited for them to expand on more Mortal Kombat characters other than the ones we usually get. I think we might be getting a noob Saibot based on how it ended.
Please give me Kenji.
RoboCop.
Yeah, and whatever. I forget what the clan of the robot people are called.
Rambo.
Shit, I forgot. Yeah. Cyber Sub-Zero.
Yeah, but I think we'll probably get noob Saibot since of how it ended.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I'm pulling up this scene.
No worries. We're definitely getting Ermac for sure.
Yeah.
With all the souls drained and shit.
We gotta watch a dumb ad, but for wherever this is. Oh, Zillow. I guess they've been. Okay, it's this.
Doing stuff with houses, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. This is my favorite one.
Shinnok is dead. The good guys won. You're coming back with me.
Never, Sonya. I agreed to help defeat Shinnok, not turn myself into the Special Forces. The Black Dragon live on.
The Black Dragon died with Kano.
It's so
You're
good.
the last one, Jarek.
Never!
Jarek.
Can you redo that sound, please? I love it so much.
This isn't a brutality.
Come in.
Hi, Jarek.
All right, now we gotta do the. We gotta.
Oh yeah, this is only in 240.
Yeah, we gotta slow this puppy down.
Oh god.
Died with Kano.
Hey no.
Last one,
Dragon's eye with you.
I just love the walking animation, the sitting animation.
One of my favorite lines of that game is in that cutscene too. I'm pretty sure it's the one where he's like, "This isn't a fatality. This is a brutality."
Yes.
And then he just drops him.
Yeah. I thought that's who you were referring to, Brendan. Whoever that. No.
So Suhao, he's like a Chinese general or something.
Okay.
Who pops up in Mortal Kombat, and he was in like. Oh god, he was in some of the later games, and nobody fucking likes him. To the degree where, in like the reboot timeline, they killed him pretty much immediately.
Yeah, but so with the new Mortal Kombat that we're probably gonna get, I would be excited to see new characters. I hope we get Prince. Prince would be fun.
Pokemon game is this one from?
This is
Apparently,
Black and
Pokemon
White.
Snap came out, and it's adorable.
That's what I thought.
But if you
Like
didn't get what I was
Where
saying
it's from.
when I meant Prince, is Rain is supposed to be a reference to
Yeah.
Prince. Okay, never mind. Well, yeah, Mortal Kombat's
back
fun.
memories.
So the first topic I wanted to talk about was that I watched Falcon and Winter Soldier and WandaVision, and I wanted to kind of a group discussion
Yeah,
about
finally, after a while. I'm glad he did it.
this. Yeah, I mean, it was once we did it, it didn't take too long.
Yeah.
Because they were only a season apiece. So I really enjoyed both of them. I enjoyed them for different reasons because they are different genres.
Yeah.
Bold take. I do believe that Falcon and Winter Soldier probably could have been consolidated to a movie. I feel like they would have gotten the same amount of stuff done if they just did a regular MCU movie, but that's just me. It was good. Both of them were good. I'm more excited on what WandaVision is going to bring, because I feel whatever Falcon and Winter Soldier are going to bring, it just can be done in the. It's just more Captain America stuff.
Yeah,
really.
It's gonna be it's gonna be Cap 4.
Yeah,
will be the next thing.
But
Which we deserve.
But WandaVision obviously cracked the seal when it comes to the different dimensions. Magic. And it's obviously going to be setting up whatever Doctor Strange is doing.
Oh, I can't wait for Multiverse of Madness. They announced this week that Danny Elfman is going to be on the soundtrack.
I'm also excited. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's all I was saying.
Well, it's also whatever they're going to do with Spider-Man, since Spider-Man's evidently going to take on the multiverse, supposedly.
Yeah.
As far as what is rumored right now, but it's about time for Marvel to acknowledge that, because there's not it's a natural point for them to go to in order for them to introduce new characters and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was good.
My only big issue with WandaVision is the ending, for the most part, kind of just drilled down to a regular MCU ending. Like, yes. I part of me knew it was going to happen, but part of me hoped that, hey, at least we got the Vision ending that was resolved with something other than punches.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Theseus.
Hey, let's just do college philosophy. It's the final epic conclusion battle. Yeah. Epic battle music.
Ship of Theseus.
I thought it was cool though.
I haven't heard that one in a while.
I do think that if they're going to do anything more of the series, perhaps move on from Wanda's grief when it comes to Vision, because she's been sad for like 3 movies now, and now an entire series.
What do you mean she was sad for 3 movies? She was sad for like 1. She was gone and then came back.
Yeah, I was gonna say 1. She was sad. Okay, so she was sad for 1.
She was also
movie.
sad for
2
like
movies. 2 movies.
And then like
not even.
And then like maybe 45
she had like 10
minutes
of
movie.
grief in there.
I mean, WandaVision did a good job of covering the bases when it comes to the stages of grief. I feel like there was a lot of the symbolism in there.
The show had to show all of that, but like he had
that's
2
why
movies.
She's released the grief. She kind of has come to terms with it. That's like the whole final scene where she's standing with
and now she's gaslight gatekeep girl boss.
My point is that I want her to start them to dive into different parts of her character.
And I think they will, because
agree,
they've already
saying she has
covered
2 movies of grief. She had like maybe like 2 minutes of grief between those 2 movies.
I hope
still
that
2
unlike
movies,
the comics, we actually get Wanda redeeming herself a little bit more, because that's one thing that even like both me and Adam have kind of recognized this for the most part. She doesn't make up for anything, which currently mutants in Marvel fucking hate her, and they call her the like betrayer or the faker or whatever.
Oh, what did you think of the recast of Pietro, by the way?
Oh yeah, I was completely taken off guard.
Hey, I mean,
because I was watching it with Lex, and she called it out immediately. It was like Evan Peters. I was just like, no, it can't be Evan Peters. I was like, they're probably not going to acknowledge.
Love him.
I'm glad the way they threw him in there, to where it's not as it's ambiguous as to whether that's a multiverse move.
Yeah,
it's where he's like a citizen of the town. I liked how they did that.
I
wasn't expecting it to be that. I thought like immediately when I saw him at the door, I thought, all right, multiverse is confirmed here, or it's like, when they brought up it's like a citizen that was actually like taking over. I think it was a great way to incorporate that in. I think it was a very smart decision.
People were very mad about that decision.
I don't know. I feel like that's too much of a I feel like that's too much of a ground ball. Like that's an easy play to make, making it like that. I think they took the more like the less straightforward artistic decision there. And
Brennan wants what a lot of the mutants want, though. He just wants more mutants, and it's just like every time they hint about it coming in, it's just they fucking.
Well, okay, we're definitely leading up to it, because for example, where do they visit in fucking Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Madripoor, and Madripoor is 90% of the time involved in goddamn mutant stories.
That is true. However,
Logan hung out there for a couple decades as a guy named
But they're also trying to set up Shang-Chi as well, and the more they throw in Madripoor will make a lot of sense with Shang-Chi too.
I just feel so bad for Mutant MCU Twitter because every time something remotely happens in Marvel's shows,
It gets shut down.
It gets shut down. The best part was the cicada being Mephisto, and it was just like all these fucking people like thinking the Fly is fucking Mephisto on the wall.
Well, to be fair,
that doesn't have to do with mutants, I know, but it's just like...
No, but to be fair, it makes sense. That's literally been used for symbolism for him in the comics before.
Yeah,
I can't blame people when they're actually using symbolism that has been used to refer to that character.
I don't know what it was, but it's just like I've always set the bar low when they do hints like that, because I'm just like, dude, it's just, you're gonna be disappointed. You just always are.
The fact that the rabbit's name was something along the lines of like Mr. Scratch means that, yeah, they're referencing Satan pretty directly.
But yeah, I feel bad for Mutant MCU, which is just always disappointed.
Yeah, I thought, I was like, oh, I guess this is it. This is them acknowledging the X-Men. But it wasn't. So, they're gonna probably acknowledge the X-Men eventually.
Oh yeah.
If they don't, for whatever reason, do some weird wild turn, and it's just like, oh, we're just gonna separate these into two series, like we've always done, which I don't think is gonna happen. But
yeah, no, like there's things to be said about how you mix the mutants in, because there are a lot of people who pull up that issue of, hey, everybody's so fine and okay with all the other superheroes, but not with mutants, and I'm like, hey, so mutants tend to be an allegory for the oppressed. People generally are fine with everyone until they notice some kind of issue that can't be helped.
Yeah, because I do feel that, no, that's what it is, because there's going to be that where it's like you have people in control of their powers, and then you have people who are different and not...
Which, granted, the MCU has already kind of set up that people are kind of tired as fuck of people who have superpowers. Tired as fuck of people who have superpowers. Because, like, yeah, no, like, so far, Sokovia Accords and everything else, people really don't like superheroes. And now, Wanda taking over an entire town because she was sad, and all the other super soldier nonsense.
Sorry, my microphone was acting weird for a second.
No worries.
I'm not sure how long I wasn't able to record. But...
Mike had like Marcucci had a full monologue that we just don't know now.
No, I noticed for whatever reason Streamlabs had me at a constant level, and
I was kind of almost less disappointed by Falcon and the Winter Soldier because it was a standard MCU project. So like when the ending came down to a fist fight, I wasn't as disappointed as when the ending of WandaVision came down to let's stand here and DBZ yell.
Yeah.
I'm just oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I if I think about it now, I did like WandaVision better. Just from the overall mystery behind it and figure out what's going on.
The thing is though, like I like them equally because it's just like I've also the biggest thing I had is like, oh, is Captain America: The Winter Soldier your favorite MCU movie? Okay, this is gonna be your favorite show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which it is, and yeah, it was. I thoroughly enjoyed how they did this.
I also wanted to say,
and I'm glad at happy Bucky at the family barbecue.
I'm also happy to say that like when Endgame ended, and my first prediction was, we are now getting Young Avengers. I'm right. I am vindicated in being right for like 3 years straight at this point. Of now, everything that I said would happen has happened. The twins were introduced. Eli Washington was introduced. Kate Bishop's going to be introduced. We're probably going to get something referencing the Skrulls and Captain Marvel or Secret Invasion that references Hulkling.
I still cannot wait. Is it next week that's Loki's coming out?
When does Loki come out?
It's first week of June, I think.
I think so. Maybe.
Dude, I cannot wait. I know it's not going to be the first episode, but I just want to see how much of DB Cooper are they going to...
Loki. Come on.
They
know if you
said
saw
that Loki's going to have some pretty serious impacts on the MCU, so...
Yeah, because he fucks up the timeline.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Whoops, I threw something in primordial ooze. Now mutants exist now.
You never know. So, but I'm excited in what they're going to do, because...
Can you... Markucci, I'm sorry. Can you lower the background music a little bit?
I can't lower it anymore. Okay. Maybe we'll just go to a different song here.
It is just very... But I don't know. Are all of you are aware of who DB Cooper is?
Yes.
Yeah.
If not, I do not mind monologuing about DB Cooper.
But yeah, no. So
What's
overall,
this that you haven't heard? I'd gladly talk about DB Cooper.
But yeah, overall, I did enjoy both those shows. I think I'm more excited for Loki and Hawkeye, though.
I am. Yeah. Now me and Brendan are probably gonna take up a whole episode later this year once the Hawkeye's released.
Here's the thing: if we want to, Bungie, we could always record like 30-minute episode talks the day after it comes out, or something like that.
Yeah.
Hawk Bros, Hawk Corner.
Mm-hmm. Two Hawk guys.
Yeah, if you guys
Actually, Sisto, since he's starting the Read Fraction.
True. Sisto, have you read
Yo.
more Fraction?
I have not.
Oh, damn.
I can confirm I have not.
I am at liberty to confirm that I have not.
I'm sorry.
No worries.
We all had the coffee emojis on Twitter. The Markucci ruined that.
The what?
We all had a Hawkeye drinking coffee profile pictures until fucking Boomer Markucci ruined it.
It was a Hawk.
Yeah, he did a literal fucking hawk eye.
Isn't that what you guys wanted?
No.
No, because then you got flagged and suspended from Twitter.
When did I get flagged and suspended from Twitter?
Because your Boomer had a Hawkside profile picture.
Okay, whatever you say, pal.
I'm not your buddy,
Buddy.
pal.
But so I guess we'll move on from MCU talk for right now. Unless there's anything else you want to bring up.
I actually I played 2 games up until the Mass Effect release. I finally got Stranded Deep, that island hopping survival game.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I still need to play that.
It was fun. It was fun because it was like it was also a giant pain in the ass because it was like I'd never felt more satisfied of like building my own raft, but I also deforested an entire island to do so.
Yeah. Do you ever play
Is that multiplayer?
Subnautica?
It kinda. Oh wait, what?
Do you ever play
Is-
Subnautica?
Oh yeah, I actually played that a couple months ago too.
Yeah.
Subnautica is even worse.
play
Subnautica is
more Subnautica.
terrifying because
Oh yeah.
I got my own like mini sub that took for fucking ever. Getting resources in that game, like you really had to fucking work for it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got my own mini sub, and I just went deeper, I encountered like my first like Leviathan-sized creature, and I screamed, hit the menu button, panicked, hit the menu button again, unpaused, freaked, and then my sub blew up.
Yeah.
My favorite one is like you go far enough in one of the maps, it'll say like you have like an AI or like a VI, visual interface, whatever, an excuse that show you tutorials and game progression. And it's like it'll go, warning, multiple Leviathan class creatures detected. Are you sure whatever you're doing is worth it?
Yeah, I remember the first time I encountered a Leviathan was when... So if you go to the crashed ship, which is what I did immediately when I first started the game, because it was like, oh, there's probably stuff over there that I can take. Nope. The second you go over there is Leviathan detected.
If the Leviathan doesn't kill you at first, the radiation will.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's amazing how deep that story goes. I never finished it because I can't. It's way too fucking difficult.
Yeah.
So I ended up looking it up, but it's just like you're on this alien planet, and then like you're noticing there's bacteria in your blood, and then you start scanning, and then you find even more ancient alien creatures, and
You're
then
a
it turns
Jedi.
out that these ancient aliens like carried a bacteria here, trying to cure it, ended up isolating the planet, and now you have to cure it yourself. And it's fucking major. And then you meet like an intelligent Leviathan class creature who also scares the shit out of you because you're like a mile below the surface.
Hi.
Trying to look at ancient relics, trying to turn them on, and when you turn it on, you unleash this ancient Leviathan that's huge and literally just goes up and stares at you. And it's like every playthrough I've seen of that, the person whoever's streaming just yells because it's fucking terrifying.
I don't blame him. But yeah, go. So what were you saying about the game you're playing? Do you have anything else to add, or?
Stranded Deep.
Yeah.
Oh, that was about it. It's just like I deforged the whole thing and built a raft. I mean, the goal of that game is to eventually build a plane and escape.
Yeah.
But I me building a raft with a sail was like, so like I was so happy, and I named the boat.
Is that game multiplayer?
I think PS4's isn't.
Okay.
Those were just there were 2 PS Plus games for last month that I was playing.
Yeah.
The other one was Days Gone. I finally played, and I actually really like it.
Days Gone.
Yeah, I actually have a good time playing it, but I stopped because Mass Effect came out.
That's Motorcycle of a Zombie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did love building that up, so it's just like I'm so looking forward to going back to it, but then Mass Effect came out, and we could talk about that.
Yeah, that's the big thing that everyone's been playing recently is the new Mass Effect. Mass Effect is personally one of my favorite games, so I was very excited to see.
Mike, I'm sorry to attack you like this, but I do have to say it.
What's up?
You got to get off of Reddit.
What do you mean?
It was just like it's when Mass Effect came out, you noted that there was a big problem Reddit was sharing, that the game was broken. And it actually, I was actually going to share you the article because somebody made the point of just like, you cannot please anybody on Reddit.
Well, no, you can't. So I thought the issues. Well, they were saying that there. I forget what one of them was, but another one was that there was mouse acceleration for whatever reason, which can be annoying.
Yeah.
It's definitely not game breaking, but it can be annoying, and I didn't notice it. I forget what the other one was.
You see me messing with my camera. I just realized my foot.
And
I was wondering why I'm moving so much.
Yeah, so that's what I heard. But so Mass Effect was one of my favorite games, and I have to say this remake is pretty well done. They obviously didn't change too much to it. Visually, it's a bit better.
Visually, it was so much better. Mass Effect 2, going from 1 was great because like you can only improve like a base Mass Effect 1 so much, but then going to 2 was like, oh shit, they really like this is beautiful.
In Mass Effect 1, does anybody know if they kept the exploit on, I think it's Novaria, where you can get infinite sweet, my favorite, where you can build infinite Renegade and Paragon.
Yeah, they kept all the exploits in these games. They also kept
they didn't touch much of it.
Nah. The only thing they cut, I think they cut out like there's a scene, the funny thing is like there's a scene with Miranda that is like,
oh, they changed the camera angles, I know, with Miranda where it's every time it's less ass shots.
Do you think this is like it's funny because like the famous
wait, there's
dialogue
less
just
ass shots? So
of Miranda, they reduced the amount of ass shots.
So they're making the game political all of a sudden. No ass shots.
Shut the fuck up, Mike.
Why are they making the game political?
My issue isn't political. My issue is she has a nice butt.
No, Mike, you're not enough.
Hold on. So I don't mean to take us completely off track. But did you see that tweet the other day that's been going viral of the guy redesigning the character from Horizon
Why does this
Zero Dawn?
post-apocalyptic character not have a complete face of basic makeup?
Yeah, where it ends with hire the fans. Hold on, I gotta pull up this.
Dude, I hate that shit, man.
Dude, this dude is obviously it's just like, let me think of my like the most basic dude bro opinion without any thought. Oh wow, people are upset about this. Oh, they just don't.
Here it is. I saw the actual
SJWs.
tweet.
I did too, and it's just like the more I see it.
I don't want this person's.
Hi, Cassandra Call.
Yeah.
Why are you on hiatus?
Yeah, but here is the.
They hiatus because they.
I just want the image. There we go. Okay. Is it me or has Sony been making their lead female protagonists look masculine as hell? Barely no curves or non-feminine features. Unlike the average woman, like cough cough, The Last of Us 2, Ellie, etc. Just saying my 2 cents. Pick from
Unreal.
the left is from the game.
So stupid.
Fan made on the right. Hire your fans.
Somebody also noted that the fan right on the made is literally just they put Aloy's face in like a face editing app that's like make it prettier app. That's literally all you do is put the picture and it just smashes the character with makeup.
Yeah,
That's exactly what
that's
that
not
is.
fan made. That's
It's not
AI
fan made. It's just I put it through an app.
On top of it is I'm pretty sure it was made as a ingest of characters, people like that,
Yeah,
because it was on the subreddit r/gaming circle jerk, where they make fun of people like that.
Yeah.
It's like even if you're not even thinking like Aloy's an awesome character, A, B, she's attractive anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
it also
she's
doesn't
redheaded.
matter.
C, if you want to be a
Yeah.
like
I
a
feel like that
literal
game's not
person,
supposed to
it's
be.
a post-apocalyptic game.
Yeah,
I like making. If I'm playing something like Fallout, I'm making the girl look rough as hell.
Yeah, like
I ain't putting makeup on.
but I saw the original thread and like all of his responses are, "Oh, you're just a beta male," stuff like that. It's just typical. It's legit. It was legit like gamer moments that I've only
Absolute gamer
seen
moment.
that I've only seen as a parody or satire, and this time
But
it was
real.
legit. Yeah,
oh
Like-
god, that was just ugly.
like this is the
Back to
first time
Mass Effect.
I've seen it in the wild, other
I'm
than
so
like
tired.
actually going out to search for it. Because like if you go into like a regular like IGN articles comments, you're gonna see shit like that. But it's just
Also, so I wanted to keep going with Mass Effect 2 because they got
Yeah.
rid of Miranda's butt shots, but they didn't get rid of Garrus's, which is great. Because when you first meet Garrus in 2, the way he
Dress up
approaches,
early,
it's still like it's good to meet you again, Shepard, and it's the butt angle.
One of my favorite things about that scene in particular. Well, number one, people are realizing now that Garrus is a cop. But number two,
yeah.
Yeah,
they're realizing he's not the best person.
Yep.
If
The
you
reason
listen to
he
his
leaves
dialogue correctly,
the reason he leaves CSEC is because he's
they
being
didn't let him
restrained by
kill enough.
laws. Yeah.
he's the real Dirty Harry. Anywho,
No, that's literally his character. It's funny going from
Yeah.
1 because you don't talk with him much.
but the funny thing is, in 1, if you just never recruit him, when he pops up in 2, they actually change the dialogue like accordingly, where it's less, "Oh man, my old buddy Garrus," and it's more along the lines of, "Hey, you're that guy who I met on Citadel." one
Yeah,
time."
I do like how they This is the first time I've actually went in 1, 2, 3, because it was 3 part of 1 and then went to 2 when I first played. So like
Yeah.
doing this is like so great. I actually played 2 with the right choices, and when I played 3, I was able to do the piece between Geth and Quarian.
There's
That's
one
cool.
issue with the game still. Jacob is in them. He's boring as hell.
Who's Jacob? Is
Yeah,
Jacob-
exactly.
is-
He's the human guy that you get from Cerberus in the second game.
Okay. I have.
Yeah, the one who you can't remember.
I'm still in 1, and I don't remember
funny
too
thing
much
is-
about the most Mass Effect.
Jacob has nothing going on.
He shows up in 2.
Okay.
And the best part is he seems
Jacob-
almost designed for you to hate him, because if you romance him in 2 for whatever reason, he ends up cheating on you in 3.
That's funny.
Jacob isn't as bad to me as well, Jacob is like plain character, but his fucking loyalty mission is straight out of what the fuck. Like I felt so bad for him.
His loyalty mission is oddly like well written for somebody who is poorly
That's
written
what
the rest of
I
the game.
always saw. It's like this is such a well written loyalty mission for somebody who's just
Who
plain.
is ignored the rest of the entire game.
Yeah.
Speaking of loyalty, so my last playthroughs, I was probably like 14 or 15, and I always went Ashley because she was the only human that you could really kind
God, I
of
hated
romance in the first
Yeah.
game. And this I'm 100% Team Caden. Like I'm not. Ashley's getting duked when we get to that scene.
I rescued Ashley only because of the fact that she actually has a character arc.
I
And-
rescued. Yeah, I did rescue Ashley versus Caden because she actually does redeem herself a little in 3.
And it's not even and that's the thing is she's not even like once you get halfway through the first game, she punches out a Humanity First. There's a part where she can punch out a Humanity First protester like halfway through the game. It's hilarious.
Because once I did, because this time I was telling myself like, no, I'm gonna save Kaden, and then I put her in the exact situation that makes sense that you save Ashley. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, so her interrupting Liara constantly, or it's Liara, right? She's the
Liara's the blue lady.
Yeah, she's the Syrian, right? I have to remember all the
I forget
all the species names. She's
I
the
also-
one that's not
She's the one who can mate with any gender or with any
Yes.
gender,
Yeah, okay.
any animal,
Yes,
any
yeah,
whatever.
okay. She's just overly mean to her. I was just like, that's not cool. And of course, her comments about aliens be like, I don't want them poking around everywhere. It's just like, oh, she's just a space racist.
Yeah, no, it is, and it's just
She is a space racist for a good part of the game, but I'll also give her, on one hand, this is a humanity-made ship, and this is a humanity-focused mission. She does it, and the rest of the races won't even trust you guys to begin with.
Yeah,
I
I've
ended
been
up
cutting off the council a lot more.
they
They don't trust humans. They're space racists too.
It's just, I loved that. I love that you could hang up on the council. My favorite line of dialogue was quite literally just,
Joker.
I bet you better not disconnect us again because we need updates on your information. And it was just option disconnect.
My favorite is I forget
the one
which
I tagged
game.
you in.
There's a game there. I think one of the games it becomes a renegade. It becomes like a renegade quick time event thing where you can just shut it off immediately.
One of my favorites was the one I tagged you in, where it was just input command code, and if you didn't know it, it was either A, let me in, or B, just mumble something. It just reminded me of Klaatu Vera.
Klaatu Verada.
But what else?
Also, these games made me realize how absolutely inept I am when it comes to puzzle games. Because
Oh god, yeah.
with the hacking into terminals and stuff, I was completely confused on what to do, and I realized it's literally the simplest: get the arrow to the center.
It was funny when I did the Shadow Broker mission in 2, it was like you had to wait for the hacking thing to work, and then Shepard just goes to Liara. He's like, remember the good old days where you can just slap the Omni Gel on anything and it unlocked? But speaking of, I finally got like, this is also the first time I played with all DLC. I think I had like the Leviathan DLC for 3, and that was the only one I had.
I still need to beat 3.
I didn't have
But,
any of the DLC.
I'm on 3 now, and I'm playing the DLCs.
Leviathan was a cool DLC. I have beaten that.
The Prothean one where you unlock Javik.
Javik's cool.
I felt like I was just amazed because it was just like, oh, we can actually see what the Protheans were. Oh, they were raging dicks, weren't they?
Yeah. Honor-based societies, man. Honor-based societies.
I don't know if you want me to spoil it, but it is also like a 10-year-old DLC at this point.
I mean, I haven't played it yet, so it's completely up to you.
It's just you've kind of, because the DLC is basically you get a Prothean, like you're able to find a living stasis pod.
Oh, okay.
And then Liara's asking all of these questions, and Javik's the Prothean is just like, it's just like he's very snarky about like, I'm just surrounded by all these primitive species because 50,000.
You were lizards in the pond when I was a child.
Yeah, and B, it's just the Protheans weren't like this a high intelligence. Well, they were, but they also weren't like this peaceful civilization.
Yeah.
Peaceful ascendant people. It was war-based, baby.
One of Shepard's dialogue options made the point of just like, if they were a peaceful civilization, I don't think they would have been able to warn us.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think the remakes are very well done. The gunplay in 1 is a lot better, I feel like.
Yeah.
There's a dedicated melee button now, isn't there?
Yes.
Or something like that.
God.
Okay.
And it only kind of works sometimes.
Yeah.
It's
nothing-
the
some things
gameplay
never
is still a
change.
little chunky. Sometimes you have to wait like 10 seconds for inputs to be recognized.
That's ME1, baby.
Because there have been times where like I'll do like a biotic move, and Shepard would just stand there. And I'm like, okay, buddy, you're getting shot at. Come on, do something. And then he will eventually do it, and then I'm dead at that point because Shepard wouldn't move. And
I think my favorite moment of any of my Mass Effect playthroughs was the time I was playing through 1, and I got stuck on the stairs during the Matriarch Benezia fight.
Yeah.
And
that
I
fight was
couldn't
a
move,
bitch.
and I still beat the boss.
That fight was all. I haven't gotten to that yet, but like I'm not looking forward to it because that fight was awful.
I was incapable of moving off the stairs, but I was still able to beat her.
I ended up because when I finally played the Mass Effect 3 DLCs, I got the Citadel apartment one, and
I started
favorite
playing
'cause
through that one.
It was literally just the premise of Markucci, because I'm not going to spoil anything because it's literally just like, hey, what if we made a mission a comedy?
Yeah.
And it really is. It is a full-blown fucking like comedy with a hint of drama.
That's good. I'm excited.
It's like, yeah, it's
And
like
then at the end you have like you inherit. The premise is like Anderson lets you inherit his apartment because he's busy fighting resistance on Earth.
Yeah.
He's like, you need time to relax. I'm giving you my apartment, so now you have an apartment.
And all of your characters from every game are there, pretty much.
Yeah, because
and you can have them all in your party.
somebody's trying to hunt to kill you, and then like all of your characters come out to help you, and it's just like all these comedic lines and dialogue, and it's just
I'm
at one
excited.
point you're locked in a thing. It even has an evil like an evil counterpart, which I cannot wait for you to meet. I'm not even spoiling it for you.
Is it Shepard? Kind of like
I'm not
Luke.
saying anything because you need to enjoy it.
Pershid.
Yeah.
It's Shepherd with 2 E's.
Yeah, Shepherd.
I need. Oh God.
Luke.
All right, God. You just reminded me of Luke.
Luke.
It's gonna be Shepherd.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I'm excited for that DLC now because I really do enjoy how deep all of the Mass Effect characters are on a base level.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very well written game series. There was so much lore
It's a
just
shame they
in the
couldn't
first game alone.
It's a shame they couldn't add the one DLC because they straight up just lost the source code. There's one
not
DLC
surprise
for the
me.
first game that they just cannot. It's
Yeah.
only available on the Xbox Marketplace. Like for the 360.
And there's no way for them to get it back.
And there's no way for them to get it back. They lost the source code.
That's hilarious. That's some Toy Story 1 type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't
so,
matter anyway.
Mass Effect, go check it out. If you haven't heard of this little game called Mass Effect, it's
it is amazing. I cannot wait to keep playing because I'm probably after this I'm probably gonna keep playing.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna play a little bit today. But I wanted to add one more thing before we move on. A very well anticipated DLC was supposed to come out it did come out in the last.
Please tell me it's for Fall Guys.
No, it's for Elite Dangerous.
Oh, get out!
Yeah,
Do you have an
it
update
just-
on that?
Well, it
just
came
ate
out
paint.
and it's bad.
No.
To be fair, this is the first. I'm not defending it, but I was like, dude, this is quite literally, even though the expansion is New Grounds or New Horizons, it's literally just this is new for them.
So right now it's 32%. Reviewers gave it a positive. The main
Is this DLC
consensus.
relevant to you?
What was that?
I just like the thing at the bottom. Is this DLC relevant to you?
The main consensus is that this is beta level content for a full price DLC.
Yeah.
And
Oh wow,
most
that is $40. Okay. Nah.
yeah, and most are the
I can
reviews
understand that. Yeah.
say that wait a bit.
Wait for a sale.
Well, wait for it to be fixed. See, the game is incredibly unstable, and you will disconnect many times in the course of a gameplay session. And it's just, it seems like, I don't know, COVID threw a lot.
That's the thing. It's just like, if it's a bad release, I'm just like, you gotta understand, a lot of games that came out during COVID have a lot of problems that could have been solved in Office.
Yeah, like
this is
I don't feel
for them.
Yeah, I don't feel too.
Literally.
I'm not too upset about this. Granted, I didn't buy it yet. I didn't buy it at launch because I don't trust any games anymore. But
I still don't even trust Steam reviews anymore. It's come to me.
I do trust. Well, I do
like
trust.
Something. The thing is, though, if I like something, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, and I agree.
A review is
that.
not gonna change my mind. That was the same thing with Medal of Honor. It got mixed reviews. People complained. I don't care. I loved it.
I do trust Steam reviews a bit more than, say, IGN.
Yeah.
Because IGN is a bit shady when it comes to stuff like this.
Yeah, but the thing is, I just don't trust reviews in general. I just don't. If I like something, I'm going to get it.
I trust the player more. The player, because they know what we all kind of look for.
You know, like GameStop says, power to the players.
The only reviews I'll trust is just like, this is really unfinished. You should wait for it to go on sale and you'll like it.
And that's
more.
what the bulk of these
that
say.
I'll like. Or B, the devs have abandoned this game. That's the only two reviews I'll trust.
Speaking of devs abandoning games, all the Total War games have been bombarded because they announced they're abandoning Three Kingdoms for a while, in pursuit of another Total War title. And
Warhammer.
if it's well, no, I think their historical division is different from Warhammer. I think Warhammer is something in itself.
They need to make another mini.
That's what they're saying, that it's going to be like a Three Kingdoms type, not Three King. Oh, actually no, I'm remembering something incorrectly. But anyway, they say they're going to be making another historical game, and that's our reason they're pulling away from Three Kingdoms, just so they can focus their manpower.
Fine. I mean, Three Kingdoms has been their most successful, surprisingly, so far.
In terms of historical,
Troy is.
I haven't seen anything about it.
It got released from Epic, and it's not coming out on Steam.
It was just a bizarre place for them to put it.
Yeah, that's why nobody's talking about it.
Yeah.
But it got surprisingly positive reviews from Epic, but it's just like, I'm not touching it. Mm-hmm. And it's rumored that it might be another medieval game. I'll be
Which
surprised.
Is fine.
But
I'll
also
be okay
the
with
Total
it.
War, also the Total War forums just want everything.
Well, yeah.
They want Shogun 3. Will it be possible? I don't think so.
I think I would either want them to go to a different historical time period or make Empire 2.
Yeah, that's just the thing. I want Empire Total War 2, and that'll never happen.
You never know. If they can do a Victorian era, which, like, another game that was announced while we were away, Victoria 3.
It's a good thing I'm not very into. I mean, I'll play Crusader Kings, but I'm not into the game development and everything that you guys are, because you guys are just on a fucking roller coaster.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, Paradox is playing
Paradox really is like a
damage
fucking
control
roller
right now. So we have no idea. They announced Victoria 3, which is a game that's been long dormant. They released Victoria 2 in like 2010 or something.
Jesus.
Released two DLCs and then didn't do anything with it since. What
was the other one they for Crusader Kings the Crusader Kings 3 DLC that it approaches Lineage.
Oh yeah, so they also announced that they're releasing a new Crusader Kings 3 DLC where it's going to focus more on lineage, genetics, the roles marriage had in medieval society, and like they're now heavily emphasizing, creating different culture groups, offspring, and like the actual political roles of marriages in society.
And it's just funny because the top meme of that is just, I'm gonna make some weird shit.
Well, yeah. So you can now make you can make subcultures now.
My Byzantine, Scottish, Irish.
Yeah.
British child.
Yeah, you can make now subcultures through breeding, which is going to be interesting, and what people are going to create.
It's going to be the best lineage since the Habsburgs.
Yeah. I've been listening to a lot of history podcasts, and one in particular has been talking about the Habsburgs, and boy howdy, they really kept it in the family. I can say that much.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Freaking Habsburg chin.
Yeah.
That's strong.
As for games, I mentioned it earlier. I did play all of. I played Miles Morales, Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Yeah, I was
and
following your journey too. It looked like you had
that
full time.
game is so. The one thing I'm amazed about is this is a PS5 game, and I got the PS4 version, and it ran flawlessly through the entire game.
That's good.
Which was I did not expect. I expected at some point there to be at least a little bit of lag, but for the most part, I never had lag.
The first one didn't have too big of an issue when it came to lag.
Well, yeah, no, but that one wasn't a PS5 game at the time.
That's true.
Actually, go ahead.
Oh, but yeah, no. So it took a second to get used to Peter's new face because I had completely forgotten that they had changed his face, and I liked his other one better. But I like the setup. It's pretty much just Pete goes off to do a freelance job for the Bugle with MJ in Simcaria, and
Busy.
yeah, he takes pictures.
I'm
he
in the
does
middle
all
of the
that.
podcast.
But the one thing I'll say is the ending I did not expect.
Shout out to Mrs.
The ending I did not expect.
I had the Windex, so she actually had to come in here. That's my fault.
Shout out to
Yes.
Mrs.
So I did not expect the ending to be as emotionally resonant as like the first games. 'Cause
Yeah.
The first game is a real tearjerker right at the end.
Oh yeah.
And this one managed to be just as much of a tearjerker. Like
Aunt May dies again.
legitimately.
They
And it
killed
has
that May again.
like yeah,
The sons of a bitches did it again.
yeah,
Hey, she's
somehow.
back. Oh no.
But yeah, no, like I liked like for one, being able to turn invisible and being able to use the Venom abilities was really fun. Like that's what I like is that for this Spider-Man series, they're trying to have multiple playable characters who have multiple different like play styles.
That's what I would love if I know they will never do it, but the next Spider-Man should have a multiverse aspect just because I want Ponderosa Parker.
So I know one thing that they said is they are very interested in doing a black suit storyline. And
yeah.
I feel like that's just natural with how the last one ended.
yeah. Oh, there's a stinger at the end of Miles that makes that even more
Really.
like this is the direction we're headed. But two, they've also not stated what happened to Gwen in this timeline. So it's very possible that we might at some point get Gwen as like a third playable character or
Unless her
something.
neck broke off camera.
Or Venom. Well, that's the thing is, people ask them, "Is Gwen Stacy dead in this universe?" And then they pretty much their reply pretty much amounted to
Sister's dirty look.
Yeah.
maybe.
Shaking my head. man.
But yeah, no. So it would be cool to have Gwen and Venom playable. That would be dope.
Gwenum.
I would be fine if they gave somebody other than Peter a black suit storyline. That would be cool having like Miles. Well, his suit wouldn't exactly change, but like giving somebody else a black suit storyline would be pretty cool. However, so the ending was good.
How was the swagger?
I would say that I had the unadulterated swagger of a black teenager.
Is it unadulterated? What's the full? What's the
I kind of get what he's saying, in a sense. Miles has a very different animation to him that Peter did not have. Miles spends a lot of time looking at the screen when you're swinging.
It's just
like
a very...
he dives down, like facing towards the screen. Essentially, they looked at Spider-Verse. They were like, "We're just going to copy this style of swinging, like doing it very stylishly." And like, you can you can do tricks when you're mid-air that make it really fun.
The thing is, though, I do get what he was saying too, but it's coming from the most dry white milk.
Exactly.
So that's why it's just like it's like that.
Exactly. And the one thing I will say, the suits that you get in this game look so dope. They included they made a Miles Morales 2099 suit that looks really good.
Yeah, I fucking loved that.
Yeah, they did. The Miles Morales 2020 suit looked really cool, where it had the Daft Punk helmet for Miles. I think my favorite one was the suit from the end, because it's got the camouflage pants. It's got a really sick jacket, and he's got I love that a lot of his costumes have hoodies on them.
Yeah.
I like that a lot of their strategy for this was, let's just give Miles a hooded sweatshirt. The Venom ability is really fun. One thing that was really fun was Prowler is in this game. Uncle Aaron is a big factor in the game.
Yeah.
And the actor did really well, and the way that they incorporated him was really well done, because it's less like the Spider-Verse thing of Uncle Aaron gets shot in the middle of a fight, and it's more along the lines of Uncle Aaron just plays a role in your story.
Even though Fisk was in this game, they made him Spider-Verse size. The DLC. He goes through a lab and just becomes that guy.
That was the one thing that the Fisk inclusion was very limited, but it was. But yeah, no, and the one thing is, visually this game looks really pretty, even on the PS4. A lot of the particle effects and whatnot all look really cool whenever you are fighting. For example, there's one mod that you can get for your suit where it's called Vibing with the Verse or whatever, where it actually slows down your character model's frame rate independently of the rest of the game to look like Spider-Verse.
Oh, that's
which
cool.
looks
I saw
so
that
cool, especially when you have the Spider-Verse suit on. And then along with that, there's another one that lets you get the pow, bang, boom. It lets you have the sound effects when you're punching people.
That's really cool.
But the story is very tight. It's a lot shorter than Spider-Man PS4.
Well,
but
it's a glorified it's a glorified DLC, to be honest.
It's a standalone DLC.
Yeah.
But it was. I had so much fun with this game, and I didn't think I was going to end up crying at the end, but damn if I did. And it's really fun to see. I love seeing maps with different textures and stuff on them. Seeing New York covered in snow was fun. And literally from the first moment, it's you meeting up with Pete to have a really cool action sequence with Rhino. And it was just, I had so much fun. The swinging is, of course, still the same swinging. It's good. The combat's still the same combat. It's good. It's well designed. And then you have the addition of the Venom moves, which add a lot of versatility, and those also help with the swinging too. You get Venom Dash, which allows you to increase the speed on your swinging if you want to. But I had such a good time. All the characters were well done. Genki is a really fun inclusion to the story, as is Finn. And Miles' mom was really cool throughout the entire game. She serves as a very good Aunt May kind of figure. But and Miles is a very different Spider-Man. He's not like Pete. He has a support circle, which is kind of what the fun of Miles is in this game. Is he's Pete, but he's already 2 steps ahead. He already knows that he can't necessarily do all this alone. He can't just isolate himself.
Yeah, I mean he's a new Spider-Man. Yeah,
and his voice acting really conveys the fact that he's a newbie. He has a lot of moments where after a fight, he'll pump up his voice. He'll just be like, "Yes, that's right, criminals. That's what you get." That sounded great. Yeah, there's a funny moment when you first meet Prowler where he knows it's Uncle Aaron because he's meeting Uncle Aaron because he's part of the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man app, and he's like, hello there, sir. How are you today?
Greetings.
I'm Spider-Man. Also, of course, J. Jonah Jameson is back with his podcast.
I
love
it.
That is one of the funniest part of the games is all of his podcasts. There's one like that pops up during the credits where he's like, I've been hearing lately about this friendly neighborhood Spider-Man app where Spider-Man will help anyone in town. Well, will he get me? And then he like lists off a really complicated food order, and you just hear, whoosh, hey, Mr. Jameson, I have your food. He chucks it in, and Jameson just like lights something on fire. And he's like, Jonas, get out. No, Jonas, I didn't order you anything. Get your own food if you want. J. Jonah in these games.
I really love the direction that most interpretations of J. Jonah Jameson's are going, where he's an Alex Jones.
Jones.
Yeah.
The funniest part though is like that also started happening in the comic, except he's a better Alex Jones because he's not. He likes Spider-Man at this point.
It's why I also liked one of the few things I liked from Far From Home. I did like Far From Home, but I finally watched it last month.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just great the way they announced him. It was just like we got the leak from the controversial
Attack
Daily
on
Bugle.
London.
Yeah, Daily Bugle host JJ.
Spider-Man's a menace.
I am really excited for the new Spider-Man. Spider-Man's probably my favorite MCU character. I know I'm very generic when it comes to that, but he always was when I was a kid and stuff. So it's just I'm excited to see more
Pizza time
content. Yes, exactly.
At this point, I think my favorite might be of like people who are getting movies might be Ant-Man, because
really,
I like.
I do like Ant-Man for the exact reason.
Pardon the pun, but the Ant-Man movies are very small scale, very low risk. That's what I love about them is they are just
didn't have.
They don't
try to do too much.
Well,
and the next one, I'm kind of worried it might be too big, but Ant-Man ramping up to Kang makes sense.
I want to correct my stance there when I said the last two movies didn't have too big of an effect since the second one had a very big effect.
Yeah.
But just Spider-Man's always been my favorite character.
The funny thing is, Ant-Man is such small scale. A rat saved more than Ant-Man did.
Yeah.
Also, I can't wait to see how they convert. Like, yes, I still play the Avengers game. I can't wait to see how they actually convert Spidey into the Avengers game. And part of me almost hopes that instead of Peter, we get Miles, because it would be really.
I mean, they've already promised Spider-Man.
I know it's gonna be Peter probably, but part of me almost wants it. Part of me almost wants it to be Miles, because it would be fun to see him and Kamala hang out in the games.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
We were the same age.
So
oh my God.
I want to bring the topic back a bit for a second, because I want to acknowledge that I did like how Falcon and Winter Soldier acknowledged the impacts that the blip would have on all of society,
culturally,
and
everything else.
I personally, I think the name the blip is a little goofy. I like the snap.
Well, people don't know what actually happened.
Yeah, and I understand the in-universe reason of why they call it the blip and stuff.
Mm.
But I did like how they did acknowledge that, because that was kind of something. Obviously, Endgame had a lot on its plate for what it needed to depict.
Yeah.
For them to not be able to get into that much detail, but it is something that should have a huge, impact on the entire world.
Yeah, like I'm excited. I think Shang-Chi's supposed to take place during the blip, which would be fucking cool.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool if we got some in between.
It's like 5 years.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a lot. A lot can happen, and obviously all the Avengers were working at the same time, trying to handle the issue. So it's not like we wouldn't be able to have any content relating to it.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Munji.
It's kind of like shout out to Honest Trailers, because it's just like, the villain really makes a good point in this. I don't know who I should side with. Quick, have her choke out an old lady before I make a decision.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what Falcon was. It was just like, quick, she has to do something bad, so I have a reason to not like her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think originally, so they mentioned early on in the show vaccines. And originally,
yeah.
this was going to involve a plague that popped up in Asia, but they skirted that to the side.
Why?
Yeah. Why?
And then what happened?
But yeah, and you know, I'm gonna say that the Flag Smashers weren't necessarily incorrect.
They weren't wrong. They were not wrong.
They weren't wrong.
Maybe their
That's why I was
tactics,
just like,
their
quick!
tactics were a little wrong.
Quick, punch a civilian before I choose a different side.
But them wanting a united culture isn't necessarily something, and
Yeah.
help for refugees, which is but whatever.
Shout out to John Walker being like very symbolic of the United States right now.
Dude, John Walker, I can't take him seriously with his Cap helmet on.
John.
I think
So-
the whole point of that character is like you can't take him seriously. Even
One
when
thing
the
I
worst
liked though
happens to him.
is I saw a whole thread on the suit design of him. One thing I like, his helmet, the eyes are a lot more sunken. They look like a skull. There's a lot of the color of red on his suit
There's
is
a
the
lot
same
more
color of
blood.
red that Red Skull was. It's a lot darker and has some orangish tones to it.
I did like his suit design. Just he
Mm-hmm.
looks goofy with his Cap helmet.
Yeah.
But I did like the kind of vest look to it. It's kind of more like almost like a coat.
The other
in a
big
sense.
thing, he had he had horizontal stripes. Cap, as far as we know, has always had vertical stripes, which makes a really fun contrast.
And it did take on I did like how they took on the idea, is Captain America a role? Like, are you the Captain of America, or is Captain America a person? You know what I mean? I feel like there was an interesting
What does it mean?
thing for them to discuss, but not to get too off track here. But,
Yeah.
did you have anything else to say about Spider-Man, or?
I hope we see. It would be cool to see Daredevil and shit pop up in the next one. I'd like to see some Marvel character, like some street level.
I want Daredevil back so bad, and I just know I gotta be patient.
I'm hedging my expectations a bit, because there's a lot that people are rumoring about.
Yeah.
Even to the point of them having multiple Spider-Men. Not sure how entirely true
As
that's
it were.
going to be, and I don't want
Spider-Woman's
to.
also a rumor.
It's a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot rumored.
on this movie. It's probably the most rumored.
I wonder
Marvel
how
movie.
much. I wonder how many rumors have actually been thrown out by Marvel to try and throw people off.
It's to the point that it's a meme now.
Like
Like,
it would
it's
be
already
interesting.
Well, it's
Yeah.
probably the most rumored about Marvel movies since
Yeah.
Endgame and
Yeah.
Infinity War.
It would be interesting though to see if Sony and Marvel are making sock accounts to just throw out false rumors to fuck with everybody.
Yeah. But it literally anything that has existed in the Spider-Man universe thus far has been rumored about when it comes to the new Spider-Man movie. So,
Oh, they're gonna adapt the storyline where Mary Jane dies because of.
What? Charlie Cox is
Reasons.
confirmed for the next Spider-Man movie? What?
But yeah, no. Miles Morales was a good game. I can't wait for more of this Spider-Man series.
Same.
Like it's some of my favorite Spider-Man content I've gotten in the past couple of years.
and we'll probably figure out. Hopefully, we'll hear more because E3's in 2 weeks, 3 weeks,
Something like that, yeah.
So the best time of the year is coming around.
I mean, hey, the map's already designed. You don't really have to do much.
Yeah, I mean it's also New York, so you don't really have not much
Yeah,
has changed.
like your map design is right there.
Yeah. So
Maybe add like a borough or two.
but once E3 comes around, we'll definitely be discussing that.
Oh, for sure.
So keep your eyes and ears out for that. But do you guys have any comic book recommendations? Anything else you want to add before we start wrapping up?
Heroes Reborn just started, and while I generally have some issues with Jason Aaron, I've liked Heroes Reborn so far. Basically, the setup is Blade wakes up, and the Avengers are no longer canon. Essentially, he wakes up in Marvel's version of the DC universe, where the big heroes are the Squadron Supreme, and Agent Coulson is president, thanks to Mephisto, effectively. I guess this is the build-up that we've been waiting for with Mephisto and comics recently. I don't know if it is, but it's been interesting so far. And one of the funniest things that I went back to look at an issue today. One of the funniest things that pops up is the fact that where is it? Coulson's re-election slogan is "Re-elect Coulson, let the rebirth continue." And I find that hilarious because 90% of my friends just wanted DC Rebirth to continue the way that it was, rather than moving into what the next segment of DC was. But yeah, no. I've been reading that. I've been reading. What else? I know there's another book. Taskmaster. The Taskmaster book that's out right now is funny as hell. Like, there are parts where I like that they showed the way that. Because Taskmaster's whole thing is the photographic memory and photographic muscle reflexes. So sometimes when he does a punch, it'll show like a picture of another hero overlaid over doing that punch. That's or, for example, he'll just say a quote of, "That kick that I saw Captain America do to me off of a building that one time." Like, he'll yell that out while he's doing it. But yeah, funny book.
Brendan, you'd appreciate. I actually finished Bad Chili, and I am like a quarter of the way through Rumble Tumble. We're talking about Happen Leonard, that Texas.
Yeah.
How you liking Rumble Tumble?
It's good. It's funny. Shout out to Bob the Armadillo.
I love how he takes every chance that he can to remind Leonard that armadillos are the only other animal that can spread leprosy.
Actually, I just wanted to. Hold on one second, because this was actually because I got Rumble Tumble one quarter way through, and I got the next book, Captain's Outrageous.
Captain's Outrageous, I finished like 2 months ago. It's really funny.
But I didn't get the. I just wanted to get it real quick, but I didn't get the. I wanted to show the hardcover because the regular cover is just like.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Somebody drowning in a pool, but I chose the hardcover, and it's completely different just because of this. Hold on.
Oh boy, I might need to grab this.
Mungie is currently moving to the back of his room. Now he's off camera, so we have no idea what he's doing. Oh, now he's back.
For those of us who are
he kind of almost fell down over his bed. Oh, he's back.
Now he's putting his headphones back on.
Where's the other one?
And now he's talking.
What were you guys saying?
Nothing at all.
Fuck you. But I literally chose this just because there's a lobster with a cigar.
I like that cover.
It's the only reason I got the hard instead of the soft cover. Literally just it was actually surprisingly cheaper than the soft cover, but it also had this.
Yeah, no, that's great. I actually need to get physical copies of all the books. I've read them only on Audible.
Yeah, but Bad Chili was just oh my god.
That's every a heartbreaking ending.
Each book just gets more graphic and worse.
These books have a way. These books have a way of waiting for the exact right moment to wrench your goddamn heart out.
And that was what Bad Chili was like. Oh, fucking Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, it's done.
Yeah. That hurt. That hurt quite a bit.
I know you guys don't know what we're talking about, but and the funny thing is, like, these are like 20-year-old books.
Yeah.
Yeah. These books have been published for years, and they're still publishing them as of now. But yeah, no, I recommend the Happen Leonard series to everyone.
I always do. It's such a good book. It is if it's the genre you like. You have to like this genre in order to read it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like I forgot. I did like a thing of what his books are, like a tweet of the percentages on his books, and it's descriptions of women and food. What is it? Texas isms and unadulterated violence.
It really is just unadulterated violence.
And then some detective work. Like, but the best moments of these books are the moments where nothing is happening, where it's just those two futzing around having fun. The whole monologue about the squirrel biting you.
Yeah. Oh my god. There was literally like a whole chapter of just the way this book starts is that the main character Hap has to go to the hospital because they were just at the range shooting in the backyard, and then a rabid squirrel ran up and bit Hap, and that was like 8 pages of them running away from the squirrel and trying to take care of it. But sorry to change the subject too, but it's this. I was wondering if you did you end up watching that Ultimate Warrior A&E documentary?
I haven't watched it yet. No.
No.
I just
Did you watch it? I take it you watched it.
Yeah, it was just stuff like I never knew about, like that era.
Yeah, it's very interesting to say the least. I have to watch it.
Yeah, that's something we have to talk about.
Okay.
I'll let you know when I watch it.
All I could say about Cruella, I enjoyed it. Easy 6 or 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I've heard mixed things about it.
Yeah.
Look, as far as evil,
I got to see Emma Stone walk around in hot bod fashion for like 2 hours. I'm fine.
It's just as far as evil
Horny
origin
police.
stories go, Cruella wasn't one I.
Yeah, there was no real reason for it, but
See, they do a great job of making her sympathetic until you think about the fact that she's going to want to skin those puppies.
Yeah, why is she? Why is she a villain? What does she do in the villain? Like, it's just the stuff you have to ignore to
be
enjoy
fair,
the movie.
on the scale of dogs that are a-holes, Dalmatians are pretty high up in my experience.
yeah,
I've
but
never met a bad Dalmatian. We're not defending this.
I don't think I've ever met a Dalmatian, so
No, we're not having this discussion.
They do a really good job of making you like think those Dalmatians are evil hellspawn though. Like those things.
Okay, so I can rewatch 101 Dalmatians. Like, you know what? What a fucking bunch of asshole dogs.
No, I'm talking about in Cruella, the 3 Dalmatians that are in that movie. Like they do a good job of making them look like evil.
They have to, because they have to justify making this villain.
Yeah.
It's just it's
a very flimsy origin at that, but I still enjoyed the film and watching Emma Stone play 5D chess with.
Dude, this is flimsier than wet cardboard. Like, I don't want to fucking
see. I think they took the wrong lessons from the Maleficent movies, because they were able to make a really compelling story with Maleficent. Not so much here, but still, production-wise, it's fine. Emma Stone's good. Her 2 flunkies really steal the show. George and whatever the other one's name is. They are funny as hell throughout. Like, George, the bigger one, there's multiple scenes where he's just bringing up, like, they get her a job interview for her birthday, like at a place that she wanted to work. And George just keeps going, "What's the angle? What's the angle?" And, like, after all that, when they get out of the store at one point after she gets fired, George manages to steal a bunch of clothes, and he just walks out in like these terrible glasses, this scarf,
It's very,
all mismatched clothes,
comedy.
and he just goes, "So this was the angle."
God.
Granted, I saw it in theaters. I would not pay $30 to watch this goddamn movie.
Yeah. The only thing that I know about this movie is that if it did well, they were going to consider making an Ursula movie, which I would be for.
I am absolutely for an Ursula movie.
Yeah,
There's a
I
lot
like
of interesting
Ursula.
storytelling there.
I'm not, The Little Mermaid is okay. It's, it's good. It's Disney classics.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely not one of my favorites. But I do like Ursula as a villain. I always liked her.
It's no Black Cauldron.
Yeah.
She was a great villain. I just fucking hated her in Kingdom Hearts.
Well,
Flotsam and Jetsam.
I'm not gonna get into.
I remember hearing that phrase like 50 times, Munchie.
I'm not gonna get into the Kingdom Hearts controversy.
I loved the Little Mermaid levels though, because they were just rhythm
They
games.
were great up until the boss fight.
Flotsam
Hey, Nick's playing Mass Effect.
and Jetsam.
Yeah. Shout out to Nick Gallo. Anyway, so if you guys have anything else, we're gonna start wrapping it up here.
I have nothing.
You all good? All right. Well,
Yeah,
thanks for joining us, guys. We appreciate it. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow us all of our social medias: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you can go and view people's opinions about stuff that doesn't matter.
My name on Twitter is right down there.
It's the other side. Well, if you're
What? It's
The
on.
other way.
well, you're
Other way.
yeah, there it is.
There
There
you
you go.
Okay,
right.
yeah, it reverses, I guess.
Anyway, thanks for joining us. I'm Mark Gucci.
I'm
am
Sisto.
Lunch.
I'm Sisto. Still Sisto.
Oh,
I'm Cruella, dear. No.
Go ahead, Munchie.
She
It's
puts
fine.
on.
Wait for Brendan to compose himself here.
Bye bye.
I just love that. Even the things like Cruella, and it's just like.
No, I actually like. Oh wait, are we
Alright,
recording still?
We're doing
or-
farewells.
Oh, bye.
Bye.
I'm Brendan.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.